Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. In today's video, in today's reading, I want to take a look at the next week, what's in store for us the next week. And of course, I'm talking about the week from Monday, the 10th of August until Sunday, the 16th of August, 2026. And in this weekly reading, I am going to take a look at three different areas. The first is what's, going to happen in general in the next week. Then I want to take a look at your work and financial situation. And last but not least, I want to take a look at your love life and what's going to happen in love. Yeah, let's start and start with the first area. What's going to happen in the next week in general. Ooh, wow. Okay. Strong energy. Very interesting. So what's in store for us in general the next week? The first card is the Two of Swords, and this card tells us that the next week you're going to be in a situation where you have to make a decision, but you don't really know if you or how you should decide, and you definitely have doubts when it comes to this decision. And with the next card, the Six of Swords, we do see what kind of decision you have to make in the next week, because the Six of Swords tells us that you're thinking about leaving a certain situation, but you're not very sure if you should leave the situation or if you should stay in the situation you're in, because you don't know what's going to happen if you decide to leave the situation, and if the result is going to be a positive one. And I also want to have a look at the third card here, of course, and this is the Tower. So the Tower, I do get Aries energy. So maybe you're in Aries, or the Aries time could be important for you or could have a special meaning for you. The Aries time, let me think about it, is mid-March until mid-April, I guess. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. And in this Tower card, we do see a big shift, So, and this is why you're definitely not sure about the situation, or not sure about leaving your situation or stay in the situation you're in right now, because there could be the possibility or a chance for a shift. And let me give you some examples what this decision could be, or what this could mean, for you. It could have something to do with your love life. It could be that you're maybe thinking about leaving your current partner, to break up with your current partner because it's not going well. You're not happy in your current relationship. It's not really working well between you guys, and but you don't know, okay, should I break up now, with my partner? And should I leave this person? Should I leave this relationship? Or could something, with the Tower card, change? Could there be a shift, like a big change in the future? And maybe would I make a mistake if I would decide to leave my partner or this relationship right now, you know? So this could be this decision maybe, you know? But it could also has to do something with your work, you know? So maybe you're not happy at your work right now, and you're thinking about leaving your enterprise, you know, or the enterprise that you're working for right now, you know, but you don't really know because if you're going to decide to work for another enterprise or for someone else, you know, you don't know if you're going to be happy there. Maybe it could be worse than your work now or the situation at work now, you know. So this is this could be also the case right here, or the decision and why you're not sure about, okay, should I leave, you know, should I start something new, or should I stay because there's a chance to have a shift here, or, you know, for a change for the better, of course. So this is definitely not an easy decision. So next up, I want to take a look at your work and financial situation. What's going to happen in this area the next week? Stand still. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's definitely a confirmation, I'm sorry, for the first 3 cards. Yeah. So as I said, the first cards could also tell us something about your work and or financial situation, because the first card is the 4 of Swords, and the meaning of this card is standstill, you know? So that means you are in a situation when it comes to your work and your financial situation where you are in a standstill, you know? Nothing really changed in the past, and you're not very, you know, happy with the situation you're in. You're not very happy with your work, or maybe with the money that you earn for the work you're doing, you know. So you are thinking about leaving the situation. And this is what we also do see in this 8 cups here, or in this card of the 8 cups right here. And this card is very similar to the 6 of Swords, you know. It also means that you're thinking about leaving a certain situation because you're not happy in the situation that you're in, and you want to be happy again. You want to find your happiness, you want to find your luck, you know, as we do see in this card right here. You know, there's a person leaving us, you know, leaving the dark side behind, and you know, looks into the sun because this person wants to be happy again. And as I said, that means you're not very happy when it comes to your work and your financial situation. So you do think about a change, and you do think about leaving the current situation you're in. And I think this could be definitely a good thing to do, because the last card, the Star, you know, tells us that there will be a lot of abundance for you, you know, and a lot of prosperity if you really decide to leave the current situation you're in, you know. And this is definitely a confirmation of what we saw in this card, you know, that you leave the darkness behind, you know, and you're going to look into the sun, you're going to follow the positive direction, you know, to be happy. And at the end of this road is definitely going to be a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity for you. So I think when it comes to your work and your financial situation, especially your financial situation, I think it could be the right decision to leave your current situation, you know, to leave your current enterprise that you're working for and really start over new, like in a new enterprise, and maybe earn more money there too, you know, and also be happier with the work that you're doing. So last but not least, I want to take a look at the love and what's going to happen the next week. Oh, oh wow. Oh Lord. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's start with the first card, of course. And let me put those a little more down. Perfect. So the first card is very similar to the Two of Swords here, because we do have the Two of Pentacles. And this card also tells us that when it comes to love in the next week, you have to make a decision, you know, but also you're not very sure if you should say yes or you should say no to something or someone, you know. And the Two of Pentacles, you know, in this card I also do see that you're you know, like playing with the, I would say, yeah, you're like playing with the possibilities, you know. Maybe you also do like pro and con lists, you know, maybe in your head or maybe like on a letter. And you're really thinking about, okay, should I say yes, you know, to something or someone, or should I say no? And with the next card, the Knight of Cups, I do see a person right here, you know, and when it comes to love, this person is, you know, your counterpart. And in this card, I also do see a declaration of love, you know. So this person could be maybe your current partner, or this could maybe be your ex-boyfriend, or someone that you're dating, or someone that you were dating in the past. And this person is going to contact you, or, you know, just wants to talk with you. And as I said, I do see a declaration of love right here. So this person is going to tell you how he's feeling about you. He's going to tell you that he loves you. And I think that this is why you're not very sure about this whole situation, because if this is your ex-boyfriend, you know, and he's going to contact you again the next week, you know, you're not very sure if you should decide to get back with him or to I'm sorry, to not get back with him again, you know. And you're not very sure about this decision because his words, you know, that are going to be very lovely, I think that they will hit you, you know, in your heart. And they will do something with your heart and your feelings. And maybe you still have feelings for this person too, you know. But there's always a reason why a relationship just like didn't work out. So I think that's why you're so indecisive about this person, or about getting this person back. But this could, as I said, also be your current partner, you know, and you're thinking about, okay, maybe I should break up, and maybe you said this, you know, maybe you told this person like, hey, I'm not happy in this relationship. I'm really thinking about, you know, to separate from you and to, you know, to break up with you. And after this, you know, your partner could tell you, no, please don't do this. You know that I love you. You know, you're so special to me. I don't want to lose you. Please stay. You know, and those words are definitely going to hit you too, you know, in your heart. I mean, if you're not really sure about your partner's feelings, you know, and you're talking with him and telling him, you know, I'm not happy, I don't feel loved, I don't feel, you know, great in this relationship, and then this person tells you, no, I don't want to lose you, please, like, don't, I love you, you know, it definitely does something with you. Especially when it comes to your feelings. So I think this could also be the reason why you're so indecisive about staying in this relationship or leaving, you know. And with the third card right here, this is the Page of Wands. Oops. I do see, I mean, we saw that you're not very sure about this decision, you know, but I think those nice words that your person is going to say to you, you know, and the declaration of love in your direction is going to cause you to be open. Let's say that, to, and this is what we do see here with the Page of Wands, to be open for you know, another conversation with this person. And that doesn't mean that you're that you decide to stay in this relationship, or you decide to get this person back, you know, if it's your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend. But it tells us, like this card tells us, that you are open for another conversation, you know, like a deep conversation that where you both talk about your feelings, talk about how you can maybe fix your relationship, you know. So this is something that you're open for. It doesn't mean, as I said, that you're going to decide to get this person back or to stay in this relationship. And I think this is a good thing here, you know, that you're not deciding in this next week what you're going to do or not, and that you have this conversation, and maybe more than one conversation with this person, just for you to be sure, and maybe to see, you know, after the conversations, if something is going to change, you know, if it's changing for the better, or if the conversations, you know, just were senseless, you know, because nothing happened or nothing changed after this, you know. And then you could decide. Then you can definitely decide, you know. But I think maybe it's not a bad idea to have one more or more than one conversations with this person before you going to decide. So you guys, that was a very interesting reading for the next week. I hope that you are going to resonate with this. Let me know in the comments. Let me also know if you like this reading, if you want to see more readings, or what kind of readings you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. Again, have a beautiful day, and I'm happy to see you in our next reading. Bye guys!